Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my top tips to win over your potential client once you have their attention. So this is a video I really wish I had when I started my business, because I feel like you spend so much time on Facebook groups or going through Craigslist or your referral network trying to find your clients that once you get someone's attention and your call or your coffee date is booked, you kind of freeze and you don't know what to do. So today I'm going to cover my top tips to win over a potential client and how to go into that meeting with confidence to sell yourself and your services that don't feel spammy or kind of flashy. As always, for the best marketing and entrepreneur advice, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell button so that you are notified every time I release a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. I have helped dozens of business owners with their marketing initiatives, and I've actually successfully been able to get all of my clients myself. I haven't used any third-party programs or people to help me get clients. I've gotten them all myself, hunted them down, initiated the conversation, won them over, and I've had some pretty good long-term and long-standing client relationships. Keep watching as I share my top tips on how to win over a potential client once you have their attention and you're meeting them for the first time. Tip number 1. This should be no surprise that it's at the top spot, and that is you need to research the company. I've actually been very surprised at how many business owners have told me that they've had people in to interview for social marketing help, and the people they were interviewing had no idea about all the services that they offer. So in my opinion, you need to do clear and concise research on the services offered as well as the history of the company. I've had clients in the past, they really like me because I'm able to pull out past facts from their website. Like if they have an about section on their website and you saw that they're a very family-oriented company and they're family-owned and they started in, 1960, make sure that you can casually maybe bring up that number in the conversation. More often than not, they'll mention to you that they are family-owned and that family is a very strong value for them. That's when you can thoughtfully pipe in and say, yeah, I totally understand. I saw on your company website that you started in 1960. That's absolutely amazing and exactly the type of company I want to help grow their marketing. By mentioning these little facts, you're showing them that you know their company and that you're not here just for the money. And that's what people want to see. That's what business owners want. They want someone who's actually interested in their company and the services that they offer. Tip number 2 is to remember that this is as much as an interview for them as it is for you. Don't go into this super nervous, wondering what questions they're going to be asking you about. Remember that you kind of have a hat on your head in this too. Like you're going in, you need to make sure that they're the right client for your company. They're the right client for your services, that their personality matches with yours. And what's most important that I found in my past experience is that they value social media. So when they're talking to you in your meeting or your phone call, if they ever say, oh, I don't use social media, I don't see value in that, like there's a good chance that person and you are going to butt heads, and I often find it's better to leave those clients behind because it saves you such a headache. Like you can put in all this work creating the most perfect content for them, but at the end of the day, you're constantly going to be putting in so much energy to try and show them the value of a tool, social media, which you already know there is value in, and honestly, that's not your job. Your job is to help grow people's businesses, so you want to work with companies who already see value in social media. It's just going to save you a ton of headaches, and honestly, you're going to have happier clients in the end. My third tip is to always come with examples of your past wins. The best way I find to do this when meeting for a coffee date in person is to take a couple screen grabs of your past campaigns that have done well and create a photo album on your phone and put those pictures in there. I always recommend making a separate photo album because in the heat of the moment you might be nervous when you're pulling up your phone to show them past examples, and you don't want to look unprofessional by having to scroll through all your personal pictures to get to the screen grabs. By putting the pictures in an album, you know you can pull up your phone really fast and you can go there right away, and it's just going to streamline everything. Now, if you aren't meeting them in person and perhaps you're having a call, you can still use these screen grabs. Just make sure the screen grabs in the past wins you talk about in your call, you send them those screen grabs in a follow-up email right after your call. This will allow them to see the actual examples that you were talking about so they know you weren't making it up, and it provides them with legitimate past examples of your work, which will only boost their confidence in you and your skills. Alright, so before I get into my final couple tips, including my absolute favorite tip, which I honestly wish I had known since I began, I want to know, what are your biggest fears or nerves, or what kind of passes through your mind that makes you doubt yourself when you have this potential meeting set up with a client? Like, what's the one thing that keeps you up at night? I'd love to know, so leave a comment in the comment sections below, and I'll check them out once this video is posted. Tip number 4. This is something that personally works for me. I have anxiety. I've had anxiety for a large portion of my life. And whenever I'm first meeting with a client, sometimes I get nervous, which is totally normal. It's totally normal to get nervous. So I find I get more nervous if I'm having a call with them, because I'm really good at reading people's faces and their body language, and that's kind of hard to do when you're on a call. So if you do have a call with a potential client and you're nervous, walk around when you are talking to them. I find that walking around really eases any nerves you can have. Just sitting at a desk with your phone up to your ear, like it's just very nerve-wracking, and you don't have an outlet for that nervous energy. So when you're walking around, that's kind of your outlet. I find that I'm able to have better points come to mind, more confidence in my conversation, as well as my voice can stay at a steadier rate because I'm not allowing my nerves to get to me. Tip number 5, this is a good one. And it's one where it's gonna make me sound like I'm your mom, but I'm not. But make sure you eat before you meet with your potential client. It's horrible to go into a meeting and have not eaten, especially if your meeting is a coffee date with a potential client, because we all know how caffeine can make anxiety and nerves even worse. But that, linked with also having an empty stomach, it can just put you into an anxiety downward spiral, which is something you do not want when you're meeting with a potential client. So always make sure you eat something 1 to 2 hours before meeting with them. It's just going to allow you to go into the conversation with a clear mind and able to show off your skills and your strengths as well as your personality to the best of your ability. Tip number 6, this is my final tip, and it's my absolute favorite tip, and it is to remind the potential client that you'll be working together and you're not working for them. A lot of time when people go into these meetings from the other side and they're looking to hire you for marketing, they might not have a clear idea of exactly how social marketing works, what marketing entails, and your job is to comfort them and to let them know that you're not going to be working aside from them, you're going to be working for them. So just allow them to know that you're working for them. You're going to help them build their dreams by marketing their business. I've been in client meetings in the past, and I can just see the look of relief on the business owner's face when I tell them that, just keep in mind, I'm here for you and we're going to be working together through this. I'm not just going to go off and start posting content without your authorization, posting content that I think is going to work the best. Together as a team, I'm going to use your knowledge of your past industry as well as your business with my knowledge of social marketing, and together we're going to make a content plan and social marketing campaigns which will move your company forward while keeping in line your brand's name and the values that feel true to the business owner's heart. Well, there you have it. This is 6 super key tips for wowing your first or maybe your second or 10th potential client. I really do hope you found value in this video. It's something I really wish I had when I had first started out, but through my trial and error, you now have this video. So I hope you, again, found value. It can go into your client meeting with confidence now. If you have any other questions about meeting with a potential client or having your first potential client call, do leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them. I'm really interested to know where your anxieties are, or maybe any other questions you might have about meeting with potential clients. If you are in social marketing, make sure you check out my video, which highlights how to make 7 pieces of content from one service or product. as well as my video highlighting what trends will be taking over in marketing for 2020. As always, if you found value in this video, hit the thumbs up button as well as the subscribe button. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and until then, I will see you all in my next video.